Happy Friday, and what a glorious Friday it is. We get to talk about being in the woods. I mean, my favorite topic whatsoever. We just the Friends of the Parks or the Friends of the South Cumberland Parks or whatever it is right now, where they're in a name change because we now have three state parks.
Three amazing parks.
I mean, oh my gosh. So Wendy, the favorite, I would say, initiative of the Friends is the Every Child in the Park education part. And Wendy Prothrow Howard is the educational coordinator for this project this year.
Correct.
And hopefully in the future.
Yes, I started last year and then kind of wing it through it and got bigger going this year.
Well, for those who have never heard of it or have never experienced it, it's been going on about 15 plus years. So most of the young kids have experienced this in third, fourth, fifth, I think.
Yes.
I think that was it, and they want to do every grade, but there's. So, how did you get involved, and then just do a recap on the adventure this year?
Okay. So, I got involved because Mary Priestley, who
she is the great salesman for the outdoors.
For the outdoors, right? And they did have the program with just fifth grade, and then they brought it down to fourth grade a few years ago. And so the last year, I started in with a third grade, and then this year we brought in first and second grade. So we did 1 through 5, all elementary schools on the South Cumberland Plateau. So that's Grundy, Marion, and Franklin County, because that's where the 3 parks are located.
Yeah.
And every single grade went to a different trailhead, and we actually went to the 3 different parks. So Fiery Gizzard, Savage Gulf, and Head of the Crow.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, which ones? Tell us a little bit about those.
So every class went to a different trail, and all of the educational standards meet the state curricular standards. Mm-hmm. And we go out there and we have a great experience in nature, learning about what they're supposed to learn from the books. So it kind of brings education alive. And that's what our inspiration is for the Every Child in the Park, is to get the kids out in the parks. I mean, most of the children live near the parks and might not have even been there. So this is really getting them to kind of feel home and take ownership and take responsibility and hopefully maybe, work in it and become a professional ranger.
Because Ranger Hannah is the face of rangerhood over here in the South Cumberland. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so fun. She is. She's going to take some Germans out tomorrow, and we're going to show them.
Be great. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Yeah.
What else do we need to know about this? Why is it so important?
Well, a lot of our interest is really on safety in the park as well, mm-hmm. and learning about how problems in the environment affect your everyday life and how you can be a better steward of the earth. And the Friends is a volunteer organization, and we're working with the parks and with the schools to reach as many people as we can to just become more natural and just get your feet on the ground and be the stewards that every person should be.
Grandmother Earth would certainly appreciate that if everyone would be more loving to our Earth. Yeah. Well, that reminds me, Ranger Hannah is going to be featured in some safety videos.
Yes.
Obvious ones that got pulled and other ones, but tell us a little bit about that, because nature is not a video game.
No, it's definitely not. And so the whole idea with those videos is just something like in the day and age we live with social media and how much access people have, just something where people are like, I want to go Fiery Gizzard State Park. I've never been there before. What in the world do I need to do? What do I need to know? That's basically what she talked about too, about safety, just giving everything people need to know, whether it's backpacking safety, what you need to do if you run into a wild animal, because it's a state park, but there are animals out there,
There's snakes.
We do have snakes. There's bears. Even though we haven't actually had a bear sighting this year, so I know last summer there were a couple, but I haven't heard about any this year. But they're moving through. But just things that people can be aware of and people need to know, so that way they be better prepared going out on the trail and just enjoy it.
What is every rescue is a challenge, and you never want to do a rescue in the woods, but there are ones. I mean, you're going way down. What are some of the things that the silly things? And not to call anyone out, I'm not going to do that, but like, don't wear flip flops.
Please don't wear flip flops. Oh my goodness, that has happened. So yeah, going in, just being prepared, knowing where you're going, what the terrain's gonna be like, not putting all your faith in your cell phone to lead you on the way out. I had folks actually last night that went on just a grand old adventure that was not on the trail, but they found their way back, so that was good. But yeah, not putting all that reliance on like a phone app, proper attire, checking the weather, just things like that can go a long way to make your experience a whole lot better and to ensure things will go not wrong.
Because it is. I mean, you cannot be unhappy when you're in the woods.
Exactly. It's really hard to be unhappy
You really
is.
have to try
Yeah,
hard.
you have to try especially where we are in the Cumberland Plateau. Like some of the most beautiful. Oh my goodness, I could go on, but it's beautiful. I love it.
It is a majestic, and back to the education series. I did the last one with the Head of the Crow. I had not seen the new trail and the new everything, and so I was eager to do it. And the kids got there around 9:30. I think we started, and it ended around 1-ish. Mary's group was running full tilt. The other group.
That was mine.
was like lollygagging the whole time. It was hilarious. They each have their own styles. I'm like, I'm barely keeping up with Mary. Mary is and the kids, and I had the lag. I was the sweep, and she gave me the responsibility of collecting the comments I heard from the kids as they toured the magnificence of the Head of the Crow, and it was fascinating to listen. Once you listen to kids,
it's great it's great here.
And there were some, they were ready to live on the land, I won't lie, and this was Sewanee kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, so I had different ones that, like, you can tell a professor's child, and you can also tell someone who hunts and does whatnot. I mean, they were so smart, and but just like, wow, and the moss was just, they were just fascinated by the moss. And these, Mary Priestley called them witch's butter.
Like the jelly type mushrooms.
Yeah. She called them witch's
butter.
And that's maybe that's a naturalist thing or whatever. So they all got to touch it, and I had to touch it too, because I was like jelly. Yeah. And I'm a naturalist. But and so we were fascinated by that. We're fascinating. We also had Jenny Barsati, who is just, I mean, she does everything. She hikes everywhere, and I was listening to her talk to the kids, and I was like, right? So everybody gets out, and what's your specialty?
So I'm an educator, but we created these new programs for each classroom this year, and Jenny was the graphic design artist for those programs. And they are now in the parks as well. So if you go for a hike, ask for the trail that you're going on. We've only done one trail per park, but
that's a great idea. Well, anyway, that project that Mary gave to me, Brian Masters, that's who it was, who was in your group, right? You had
yes,
Brian Masters.
Yes,
he keeps on coming out of retirement to teach math and science. But Brian, I had that group, and I had my group, and it was a part of the curriculum, the approved curriculum from education. They created the poem. All I did was write down and read each exclamation or each question or whatever, and then just read it out loud. It was fascinating.
So the goal really going on those experiences is to use almost every single curricular standard that you can in the classroom, in the field. So you can talk about art, music, geography, history, culture, science, of course, and it's amazing. And so then we wrapped it up with that poem, and so that adds, the language art, and it's the kids who do it. So
it is.
So that's what's our inspiration is really for opening up their imagination.
Because we heard a lot of it. I mean, and we also learned from them man, they like climbing that hill. They were all about
Yeah.
damaging the ecosystem. But there was it climbing up the hill, getting in the dirt. I mean, so all right. So from an educational standpoint, I was fascinated.
Thank you.
So
I
thank
thought it was-
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they
That's good.
learned a lot.
So we want to try to expand that. I don't think we want to go higher, or a different group will do the older grades.
Right.
Actually, there is a small program with high school kids doing some rock climbing. And I don't know, I could do some stuff with middle school, but right now it's just first grade through fifth grade. And we just want to expand the school base. So go out a little bit further, but not too far away from where we're stationed here on the South Cumberland Plateau, because the transportation is what's hard to get.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
It's totally a challenge. All right. So I've got Ranger Hannah here. I've got to talk about the Fiery Gizzard State Park name
Yes.
change and all the cool
Yes.
stuff. Tell me about it. It was so cool.
So, yes. So, as everybody knows, we were one giant park with Savage Gulf, Head of the Crow, and now, it's kind of far. At least we were talking about rescues and things. Response times going from like Head of the Crow all the way to Savage. It can take a while. So one of the reasons to separate was to lessen those response times, and each spot is so special. Each spot has something that makes them so unique. Head of the Crow, they got Buggy Top Cave, the Sherwood Loop, Savage Gulf, you got Stone Door, Greeter Falls, and the Fiery Gizzard, we got the Gizzard. And we have Denny Cove, though. We have the Grundy Lakes, which have such historical significance. And, even the Grundy Forest, we have, the Bag and Sauce family to thank for that. Back when Herman was helping with the CCC as their civilian superintendent, he got those first 211 acres, I believe, made that protected area, and then it just grew. And Fiery Gizzard is one of the most well-known trails like in the country. We had people from everywhere come to hike it, and it's amazing to talk to them and be like, I've seen pictures, but pictures don't do it justice. Like, you actually have to be there to see it and just to see how beautiful it is. And it's amazing also. You can go from the north end of the Grundy Forest, hike through like the hemlock groves near the creek, things like that, and you get closer to Foster Falls. The forest dynamics change. You got the beautiful bluff views, Foster Falls, everything. So it really, I love it because it has so much to offer in the 13-mile span that is the Fiery Gizzard. And then, like I said, we also have the Grundy Lakes with the coke ovens and all that historical significance. You have Denny Cove with the rock climbing and the overlook views. So we're really blessed to have, I think now, we were one of the biggest parks when we were all South Cumberland. I think now we're a little below 8,000 acres, but it's still amazing, and it still has so much to offer, and it's just very exciting.
So who's your team now?
So our team, we still have our same two managers, Manager Shin and Manager Knapp. But you have myself, we have Ranger Jesse, and we have our two newer guys, Josh and Ben. So I think we have a super solid team. Each one of us has like our own specialty that we like to focus on, whether, it's resource management or programming or different things, because Rangers do so much. But I think we have a really great team. We all work really well together. We have a lot of ideas that we bounce off each other. So I think it's really good.
How about the new folks? What do they bring to the table?
So Ben and Josh, they're really awesome. Ben's only been here since May, so not quite 6 months yet, but they're both really focused on resource management. That seems, just the short time I've been with them, that seems what they're really focused on. Josh is getting really big into rock climbing.
Thank you.
Yes, since we sadly
gosh.
lost Ranger Jason
yes.
to Head of the Crow.
I asked him when we were at the Head of the Crow, I'm like, hey, you can do any rock climbing?
Yes. So that's still a thing. Josh has been really great. I was actually out rappelling with him a few days ago, checking out some different spots. So he's getting that program going. So I have a lot of faith in him. It's going to be awesome. Ben also coming in has a bunch of great ideas on improvements we can make to the trail. Ideas. He's really, really into the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. He now has his own historical attire. Yes.
We're going to have another George, another thespian in the group.
So he's all about that and bringing about that important part of the history. Because like I said, those first 211 acres came, about when the Civilian Conservation Corps was here. So it's super important to our park's history. So yeah, it's just, they bring a lot, and they've only been here. Josh has been here a little over a year. Ben, I said almost 6 months. So they just getting started, and they're doing great, with helping out. A lot of faith. They're awesome.
Where are they from? Because it's, as we talked about, I think a long time ago. Housing is always a challenge here
Yes.
for people moving in.
Yes. So they both live down in South Pittsburgh. They found a place. I think they're actually practically neighbors. So it's kind of fun for them. Yeah. But they live down there. But yeah, housing was definitely is harder trying to find, something available and something also within that commute range. Because if you're a ranger, you have to live so many miles within your park.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because if you're on call, you have to be able to get there within a reasonable time frame. So that also kind of makes it a little bit more of a challenge. But they were able to find something, and they're pretty close, so it's good.
How many ranger houses do we have? It seems
So it kind of varies from park to park. Some parks don't have any. Some might just have like a manager house. So we have a manager house, and then we have one house at the north end of the Grundy Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just have two rangers that are on park, but all of us live within like a certain radius anyway.
It
So
seems like it would be a neat idea to have, park residences. So that would help.
if we had more ranger housing, that'd be cool. I'm not gonna say no to that, but like I said, some parks are fortunate and they have just the availability to where they can get a house that's near it, or actually not too certain how the housing situation goes about, but it would be cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I saw where there, maybe it was Savage Gulf that. Do you guys have like a little rivalry now? I mean, is there any kind of like fun little?
I don't think so much of a rivalry. Like we're all very much like we all did used to work together, even though we're separate. We're still there to help out with each other if we need it. But I don't think there's like a rivalry in a sense. But is Fire User number one? I mean, I'm not saying that it's not, but no, it's all good fun.
It does. It helps everybody up their game because each team is just fabulous.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yep.
Totally agree. Just magnificent.
Yeah, each park has an awesome staff of rangers, and it's they're all awesome to work with, and I really enjoy like all of them.
Well, there's a one I took one of those, and I'm gonna go really quick to the ranger-led hikes that I absolutely love, and Letice and I went on one birding over at Savage Gulf. And that little ranger.
Did you go with Jamie?
Yes.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Is a birding. Everybody has their focus and gifts.
Yep.
And her birding, I was fascinated.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she's been with the parks a little over 2 years now. But yeah, great Ranger Jamie. She's super amazing. I really enjoy hanging out with her.
And they're good. I bet you guys did. Yeah. And they're going to introduce the which bird is it? Hold on.
The woodpecker?
Yeah, it's the woodpecker, but it's
a cockaded or something like that.
Yes, it's a specific one.
It is.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. If we weren't on camera, I would remember.
Yeah, I know, because I couldn't pronounce it. It was it's like cockade.
Red cockaded woodpecker.
Yes, that feels right.
That feels right.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's
part
of
a woodpecker.
Right. And I can imagine Ranger Jamie being all about this.
Yes. Yeah. And she would definitely be able to, is this
And she was, and so, but that's what's fascinating about our rangers is that each one of them, you're right, have their focus and their gifts that they bring to the table. I'm telling you, our park, and I know other parks, we are number one parks in the entire state of Tennessee, if not the entire. So
we're pretty awesome. Yeah.
All right, what have we missed? Anything coming up that we really should keep an eyeball on? We were talking about the Northern Lights. I'm like, I missed it.
Yeah, I was looking for him last night. I was really hoping I'd get to see some, but as far as our park goes, we are getting into that season where like the school programs are kind of coming to the end until next year, but we're having specialty hikes. So we'll have an after Thanksgiving hike. We'll have a New Year's hike.
The New Year's hikes.
The New Year hikes coming up. Yeah, I've done those the past couple years. So we have those coming up, and obviously anything in between that Rangers like this would also be a really cool program right now. I know for a fact, now that the leaves are dropping, a lot more of those gorge views are opening up, so I can see more guided hikes doing that. We've had a really awesome rain season also. Like it's crazy that our waterfalls are still running for the most part. So, there's still waterfall hikes you can do, things like that. So this year's been a really great year. It's opened up that we can do a lot more things than usual.
We can do a lot more things. And I said, Ranger Hannah, we've got some German journalists of repute. And so they're here for waterfalls, whiskey, and hidden gems. So we're hitting all of our marks tomorrow.
Yes, they're gonna have fun.
We're kicking off with Ranger Hannah at 10 o'clock, and she's going to blow them away so much. And then we're going to pop over to Mountain Goat Market. That's where they wanted to go. And then we're going to do a sip and paint experience. You're going to see the here. They're not sipping during the waterfall, but they are sipping and painting over the Edgeworth Inn in the Assembly. So a very cool experience with Killebrew. And then they're sipping and shopping. Over at Deborah has this, you know where Oaks and Olivers is
Yes.
downtown. All right, so Deborah, who owns the building, has that space next to where the real estate is, and it was open, and they didn't know what they were. I think she would want to do maybe something. So anyway, it's open. So we're going to do a Made in South Cumberland vendor event.
Cool.
I'm going to bring some hooch. And it's going to be a sip and shop experience. And they go to the smokehouse. They have some meals. Then they're hitting the caverns.
Nice.
They're hitting happy hour.
Nice.
With Jeff is going to be there. And then they're going to do that. And then they're sleeping at some point. They have drivers who just take care of them. They're just, whatever. And then they're going to eat at McClurg Dining Hall.
Oh, very cool.
Because some of them, I mean, it's everything. Have you been to McClurg Dining
I
Hall?
haven't gotten to eat there, but I've been around, just driving around just to look at the buildings, and
The food, it's open to the public.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'll
so
definitely
like
go.
Sunday brunch, I don't know, well,
Really?
it's nothing
Okay.
crazy. And they have gluten free. They have everything someone with an allergy
Oh,
could want, because that's the thing. And so it's a resource. And so they're going.
that'd be cool.
All right. Well, how can they keep updated with stuff?
Well, you can go to the Facebook page, Twitter page, or YouTube channels for the Friends of the South Cumberland State Park and for the state parks themselves.
Yeah, on the Tennessee State Park page, just
Yeah.
go to the park you want. You can find the events, and they'll just list off everything that they have going on, give you the details, how to register, what you need to bring, everything like that. So yeah, either one of the many social media pages or just the main website, or even just calling a visitor center. Just like, hey, I'm thinking about coming visiting the park. You have any hikes or anything coming up soon? That's also something they could do for sure.
So and once again, we've got to remember it's the Fiery Gizzard
Yes.
State.
Fiery Gizzard
South
State
Cumberland
Park.
State Park is no longer
Nope.
the sign. You'll drive by and go,
It's
oh,
gone.
what's different?
It's fun. Yep.
But you can call, and that number is 924
2980.
2980. That's
Yep.
right. 2980, and just call.
Yep. Just
For
give
those
them a call.
folks who don't do phones and
Yeah.
laptops and all that, just call them, and he or she, whoever, volunteer mostly, isn't it?
We have our clerks that work in the office,
Okay,
or one of the rangers could answer the phone too. If we're there, so there are many people that could answer a phone at our visitor center you could talk to, and also the Sewanee Messenger is also great about
They do.
posting programs for the parks too. So if you just pick up one of those, usually they have something listed as well.
Or you can sign up for the newsletter, the Trail Tracker newsletter.
Tracker, yes,
it is the
yes.
most fabulous newsletter I have ever seen a friends
It's
group
a good
do.
one.
Yeah, and there's one coming out about our education programs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. The next month will be featured. Really, is our parks, because it's why we do what we do. Is the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
What is that old saying? Is it's for those who plant seeds knowing that they will not realize.
Yeah.
Right. So we're doing that work because it's important to save it.
Yeah, exactly. And every child in the park is something that I really love about our parks in particular. I know other parks have something.
We're still number one.
Yeah, still number one. But it's just I think it's so amazing how, like she said, focusing on bringing up these newer stewards, so that way they grow up, they develop that appreciation to eventually lead to that preservation. They'll learn like, wow, this park is amazing. It's so beautiful. The history, everything, the resources. Like, I want to visit here. I want to bring my friends here, my family. I want to protect it. I want to come back and visit years from now. So it's really just important getting those kids out there and just building that appreciation and teaching them, like, these are why this is here. This is why this is awesome. This is why, like, you should come visit and hang out and take care of it.
Right, protect it
Yeah,
forever.
protect it forever.
And from the visitor side, because the park get over 1 million visitors a year. I mean, it's insane to think that. It is insane to think that we have 1 million visitors.
Yeah, just come out to the park any given Saturday or weekend, and you will. I know tomorrow is probably going to be.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but last weekend we had our overflow lot was completely full. It was wrapping around like the baseball field around the north end of the trailhead. Like it was crazy, especially this time of year with the fall colors. I honestly think it's almost busier than in the summer. Just because fall colors here are so beautiful.
It's
oh my
stunning.
goodness. Oh, it's amazing. It's
Our
so
Head
beautiful.
of the Crow hike was magnificent.
It was perfect. It was right before peak week, but it was
Yeah.
amazing.
So
And how, I
beautiful.
mean, you just
Yeah.
forget Gatlinburg, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't need to go. You don't need to deal with Gatlinburg. Just come here. Like, oh my goodness. Like, we have 3 parks you can visit that are each just as beautiful. And yeah, the leaves here are so pretty. It's so
Well,
pretty.
I have a story, and this still fascinates me because and back to the every child in the park. When you live here, you almost forget how wonderful it is,
Yeah, it's almost,
right? You just take it. It's like anything. You just
Yeah,
you
it's
take
just,
it for granted.
yeah.
I had a gal stop by the tourism office in Tracy, and she was looking for an alternate place to hike because it had rained a little bit and it's a little dangerous when the leaves are down. And she wanted to know if there was an alternate hike where she wasn't going to kill herself. I'm like, I appreciate that, right? I appreciate that opportunity. But when we got to talking, she was she told me not her life story, but she just said, I come here every single year, and all I want to do is put my feet in the dirt, and I want to touch a rock, and I want to listen to a waterfall.
Sounds peaceful.
I'm like crying with her at
Yeah.
this point.
Sounds,
I mean,
sounds nice.
she was so passionate, and she goes,
Yeah.
I can go back home and just live my life.
Yeah.
In stress and whatever it is, but she takes a pilgrimage here just so that she can do.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the parks too, and just being outside. A way to be still
Mm-hmm.
and to, get away from the hecticness of everyday life.
Totally agree.
It makes you
Meditate.
appreciate it. You
and
must love your
appreciate.
job.
Oh, I do. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a great job. I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I hate that for you.
Yeah, my office is a fiery gizzard. Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it a lot.
Oh my gosh, what a blessing. Well, what a great Friday topic. Our children are our future, and these folks right here are making it happen. So thank you
Trying.
so much. Wendy is, because she's that educator, is going to probably do a series of discussions and guests
Yes.
discussing these kinds of things.
I'm hoping to get every park and then the rangers with that park to learn about the different field trips.
So I am
Yeah.
here to help Wendy do
Thanks.
that. We're gonna do a series because, like I said, our parks, we are so incredibly. And so thank you for the rock stars that y'all are.
Oh,
We're gonna go in a quick break. Thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back to our regularly scheduled program. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a minute.